Many centuries ago, it was an era when the world wasn't even aware of the word bank. Most of today's so called developed nations were home to hundreds of distinct indigenous tribes. But India was flourishing with multiple kingdoms, and the people of India were mastering the art of savings for future welfare of their family. This wasn't a choice, but a habit cultivated deeply in their culture. Unlike Western nations who saw wealth as a tool for freedom, the freedom to move, explore, enjoy, India saw wealth as a tool for responsibility. The responsibility to support, protect, and honor. Indian culture has taught from centuries of uncertainty that when systems fail, the savings won't. While the mindset of every developing nation is like a kite, flying high, fearless, exploring the skies, tied to a strong system that holds the thread. The Indian way of life was and is like a tree, strongly rooted, unmoving during the storm, carrying generations in its shade. Both are beautiful, but India, in her heart, knows this. When the wind changes, it's not the tallest kite that survives, it's the strongest root. In the heart of ancient India, wealth was not counted in coins, it was stored in grains. Among the agrarian families that fed a civilization, the humble paddy was more than gold. It was security, it was pride, it was currency. Indian farmers built their own vaults, granaries made of clay, bamboo, and wood. These were not just containers, they were symbols of foresight. When rain failed, or rulers taxed, or famine struck, it was not the markets but these hidden reserves that kept the flame of survival alive. For ages, even today in remote parts of India, Indian women are integral part of savings but not in ledgers, hiding money in jars, in gold bangles, under kitchen vessels, and many more. Ancient Indian wisdom, from the Vedas to village elders, never glorified wealth for pleasure. They taught that wealth must serve the family, not the self. Simplicity was virtue, excess was danger. In the West, the individual stood tall, building empires, chasing dreams. But in India, the family stood taller, stretching across generations. One's wealth was not just for them, but for the family's future. India's saving habit wasn't only born from wisdom, but it was shaped by wounds. With the arrival of colonial rule, India's economic engine began to stall. Our cotton, our spices, our gold all flowed across the seas. What we toiled to build, they carried away. What they left behind was debt and despair. But India did not break. At independence in 1947, the national treasury was empty, but the homes of Indians were rich in resilience and responsibility. We had no welfare state, but we had mothers who knew to save before they spent, families who built futures without loans, and a culture that believed if there is no income today, there must be no waste either. Furthermore, partition, emergency, scams, world economic policies, time and again, institutions failed the people. But gold, land, family, they never betrayed. While many nations built safety nets like pensions, healthcare, unemployment benefit by government, India built its own home, family, land, trust, bonding, gold, etc. But change is blowing across the Gangas and the Yamuna and the digital wallets. Today's India is young, ambitious, connected. UPI flows faster than rainwater. Credit cards swipe dreams into cards. EMIs buy everything, even peace of mind. The new Indian is learning to invest, not just save, to grow wealth, not just protect it, to dream bigger for the next generation. But their old habits live on. Even the boldest startup founder often finds peace only after buying an ornament for their mother. So the next time when you hear someone mock frugality or ask why you hold on to gold and save before spend, smile because you carry the wisdom of centuries.